Good morning. Welcome to Wednesday morning meditation. This will be a 1/2 hour guided meditation and it's appropriate for everyone. So even if you don't have meditation experience and you're just scrolling by, do stay. Today's theme is on the spiritual quality of courage. Any one of us can turn on the news and within 1 minute a natural response would be to feel discouraged. But it's been said that discouragement is the number one tool of Satan. And so to choose courage is not so much to buck up and to get into grim determination. There's a way that's more divinely attuned. And Swami Ananda says it 1,000 times better in Affirmations for Self-Healing. And just a partial reading when he talks about courage being not human but divine. The birds are singing too. He says, divine courage comes from living in the awareness of God's presence within and in the realization that He is the sole reality. Live more in Him, for nothing and no one can touch what you really are. And we'll take this affirmation into our meditation. I live protected by God's infinite light. So long as I remain in the heart of it, nothing and no one can harm me. Our chant today is, come out of the darkness, Mother, bathe me in thy light. Bathe me in thy Come out of the darkness, Mother. Bathe me in thy light. For a few moments, allow the resonance of that chant to come from the heart, calling out to the divine. Come out of the darkness, Mother. Bathe me in thy light. Bathe me in thy light. Let's release tension from the body so we can become even more still. With 3 rounds of the double breath, a short then long inhalation through the nostrils. Tense the body, low, medium, high, and then release high, medium, low, double breath through the mouth. Pause and feel. Again. Tensing the body as you hold the breath and releasing. Relaxing a little more deeply each time. And once more for good measure. And now a triple exhale through the mouth. Mentally scan the body for any lingering places of tension. Not to judge, that's not really helpful. But you can imagine or feel those places being filled with light and space. As if these places of tightness were little knots, and Divine Mother's light slowly unraveling them, bringing in a deeper sense of relaxation. Let her do this with you. Check that the feet are flat on the floor. Feeling a sense of increasing stability. Palms are gently turned upward, not only in self-offering, but in being open to receive Divine Mother's grace and light. A gentle lift to the heart, and the shoulders relaxing down away from the ears. Allow all the muscles of the face to relax. And though the body is continuing to relax, or you're open to it relaxing more and more, feel the spine lengthen upward right through the crown of the head. Just like a flower reaching for the sun, no strain. And soften the eyes. And behind gently closed eyes, the gaze, your awareness is lifted, as if you're looking over a mountain peak. And as you gaze over this distant mountain peak, inviting in a sense of anticipation of the morning sun rising, watching the sun rise above the mountain and growing brighter, and feeling that the light behind the point between the eyebrows too is growing light brighter too. The sun's rays shining in infinite directions, shining down upon you and bestowing a new, renewed sense of peace. A sense of light and lightness in the body. The curtains drawn back from the window of the heart, open to receive that light. With calm faith I open to thy light. And now that the body is still, it's easy to bring awareness to the movement of the breath. Just notice your breath, rising and falling. The intelligence of the breath, synchronized with the intelligence that animates the flight of the birds, the tides coming in and out, the phases of the moon, all divinely orchestrated. And as you relax more deeply or are open to relaxing more deeply, allow the breath to begin to deepen. Every breath bringing in a sense of newness, vitality, of calm courage. Every exhaling breath, any sense of fatigue or discouragement, just letting it go. And now let's work with the breath with what's called measure breathing. We'll inhale and then hold and then exhale to the count of 6. If the hold doesn't feel right for you, you can skip the hold. And let's begin by coming to the end of our exhaling breath together. And then inhaling through the nostrils unless they're blocked. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Softly holding the breath as if you were cradling a precious gift. And exhaling. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Inhale. Hold and offering the breath perhaps at the light at the point between the eyebrows. And keeping the gaze fixed there as you exhale. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Inhale. Hold in self-offering at the point between the eyebrows. Keep the gaze uplifted, exhaling. Inhale. Hold. And exhale. I'll do this a few rounds at your own pace, relaxing into this technique more deeply. And let this be your last round, but don't hurry to finish. And when you do finish the exhaling breath, resume normal breathing and enjoy. With calm faith, I open to thy light. Let's step away now from controlling the breath to observing it. And we'll begin that with a long, smooth inhalation through the nostrils. Triple exhale through the mouth. And as the breath returns, feel its flow as it moves up through the nostrils. Feel its flow as it moves down the nostrils. We're not controlling the breath in any way, just observing, as you'd observe the waves coming in and out from the ocean. Relax at the bottom of the nostrils. Relax at the middle of the nostrils. And also at the top of the nose, the point between the eyebrows. There's nothing to will or make happen here. We're simply enjoying, observing. If the mind wanders, just bring it back to observing the breath. And if there's restlessness or resistance, that's okay. Just on the other side of that veil is peace. There's the physiological aspect of the breath. And there's a feeling quality to the breath as well. And to help us tune into that, we'll add the saying, I am peace. Every time you observe the inhalation, feel as though the breath were whispering to you, I am, and peace with the exhaling breath. Of course, if you know Hong Sa, you may choose that instead. Let's close this technique. The gentle inhalation through the nostrils and a triple exhale through the mouth. And we'll take this guided visualization into sitting in the stillness for a few minutes. Imagine how the sun rays sometimes shine down through the clouds. Think of a cloud of your own human ignorance, or perhaps a cloud that hangs over this world of human darkness, egotism, and ambition. Think of the sun rays piercing downward through this cloud into the dark veil of this world. And then think of yourself as rising with those rays, rising up from this darkness, rising up through the clouds, bursting through them into the blazing light of the sun that is behind those clouds. Feel that there you are communing with God's light, and that light is speaking to you, that you are absorbing yourself into that light. And staying inward, absorbing this affirmation on the quality of divine courage. I live protected by God's infinite light. So long as I remain in the heart of it, nothing and no one can harm me. I live protected by God's infinite light. So long as I remain in the heart of it, nothing and no one can harm me. And let's close with healing prayers. Calling to mind anyone you'd like prayed for, including all those named in the healing prayer book on the altar at the Ananda Meditation Temple, and including those in areas where strife and dark clouds loom heavy, even if it's in our own hearts at times. And let us pray. Divine Mother, Thou art omnipresent. Thou art in all of creation. Thou art in these named. Manifest Thy healing presence in these bodies, in these minds, and in these souls. Rubbing the hands together in front of the heart to warm and magnetize them. And then facing the palms outward. Peace. Amen. Well, thank you for joining today. If you go to Facebook or YouTube, I'll put the affirmation and the prayer in the text area in case you are interested in doing that once more. So go with peace and love and divine courage.